Welcome to East Texas Explorer. I'm Loshering Howard.
And I'm Elena Walker.
Here we check out the people, places, organizations, and events that make East Texas unique.
In this episode, we have stories about the SFA Gardens celebrations, as well as a high-tech scavenger hunt that you've got to check out.
We also investigate prescription pill abuse and how to protect your property in the digital age.
It should be a great show. Stay with us. ETE starts now.
Spring into the SFA Gardens, which features a multitude of plant life and art. Here's DeAndre Brothers with more on the SFA Gardens.
Located in Nacogdoches, Texas, Stephen F. Austin State University's Arthur Temple College of Forestry and Agriculture features a 128-acre garden. The garden includes a diversity of plant life and art. SFA Gardens includes 4 main garden areas: the Piney Woods Native Plant Center, the Gayla Mize Garden, the SFA Mass Arboretum, and the Ruby M. Mize Azalea Garden. The Ruby M. Mize Azalea Garden features nearly 8,100 different types of azaleas, camellias, Japanese maples, and hydrangeas. There are sculptures presented by Sculptures for All, which is an outdoor art exhibition that highlights artists throughout the garden. Be sure to visit and explore the SFA Gardens here in Nacogdoches, Texas.
Springtime is here, and it is the perfect time to go outside and enjoy the great outdoors of East Texas. The Davy Crockett National Forest is a prime example of somewhere you can go, and Amanda Barker has more on this.
The Davy Crockett National Forest, located in Kenner, Texas, has over 160,000 acres of the most beautiful flora and fauna East Texas has to offer. It is a place you can come to relax and wind down with wonderful scenery and with the company of deer, squirrels, and many types of birds and other animals you find in East Texas.
It's just gorgeous out here. The air smells better, and it's a good way to relax and unwind. You know, maybe a rough week or something like that. It's just so open, and the nature's beautiful out here. It's always so green, and on a day like this where it's just sunny and windy, it feels fantastic. And you really can't ask for much more, honestly.
If you're a person who enjoys physical activity, you'll be able to hike the 20-mile-long trail or even go swimming in the small lake located in the forest. There are many activities to do here, like kayaking, canoeing, and even fishing. For the people who just like to relax outdoors, you can enjoy a weekend camping or just come down for a day to go picnicking with your loved ones.
Really just an all-around place. You can walk, hike, fish. I've gone canoeing out here a few times too. There's just so much you can do. It's just it's just a great place to come on the weekend, or a great place if you just want to have some fun, you know.
The Davy Crockett National Forest is one of the many hidden gems of the United States. It is a wonderful place where anyone is free to enjoy the outdoors here in East Texas. I'm Amanda Barker for East Texas Explorer. Thank you.
Looking for something creative to do this summer? Well, SFA's College of Education is hosting a free summer writing program. Here's Brooke Mosley with more details.
The SFA College of Education is hosting the Barrio Writers Program, a summer program for students ages 13 to 21. The Barrio Writers Program is a free writing enhanced program for students and was founded by author Sarah Rafael Garcia in 2009. The program was created to build students' skills in creative writing, critical thinking, reading, grammar, and freedom of expression. This is the James I. Perkins College of Education's second year hosting the writing program. The program's coordinator for Nacogdoches is SFA Associate Professor of Secondary Education, Dr. Heather Olson-Bill.
Mostly, I'm just happy that it's not the first year and that we're just kind of to have that 1 year of experience under our belts. So we're looking forward to it.
During the week-long program, students read, learn different forms of writing, and also discuss what they have read to relate to their own experiences. Students also have the chance to write pieces of their own and share them to receive constructive feedback and critiques.
The Saturday of that week, we have a reading where the students pick a piece that they wrote during the week. And we had refreshments and stuff, and we invited students, families, and siblings, if they were here locally, to come, and the students read their work for everyone to hear. And then after that, all their work is compiled. I've got 2 copies here of 2 different, this is the 1st edition and the 4th edition of books that are printed.
The program is open to Nacogdoches ISD students, as well as SFA students who are younger than 21.
Middle school and high school students will be able to get applications from their teachers. Here at SFA, people can either go to the Facebook page or they can email sfabarriowriters@gmail.com.
The event will be held June 13th through the 18th in SFA's McKibben Education Building. With East Texas Explorer, I'm Brooke Mosley.
Stay with us through the break, and we'll be learning about the dangers of prescription medicine abuse and what you need to know to protect yourself.
We'll also discuss property theft and what you can do to avoid being a victim.
East Texas Explorer will be right back. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer. I went to investigate the rising issue of prescription drugs and how it affects East Texas specifically. Here's my package on medicine abuse.
I'm standing outside of the Nacogdoches Walgreens, where people just come to get their supplies and their medicine. But because of the dominance of prescription drug abuse, places like Walgreens and CVS and many other pharmacies are now the equivalents of a drug home. Let's take a look inside to see what goes on in the daily life of pharmacists and to get some hard facts on why East Texas specifically should know exactly why they should know the importance of prescription drug abuse.
Since 2011, statistics have documented that about 70% of Americans take prescription drugs of some sort. More than 36,000 people die from drug overdoses, and prescription drugs cause most of these deaths.
They may originally go to their physician in light of an injury or pain or what have you, or anxiety, and those type of medications may cause sedation, relaxation, whereas the patient likes that feeling, so they may take more of the medication.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, nearly 9 out of every 1,000 babies born won't even live to see their first birthday, which is almost 50% more than the national average. In East Texas counties, the rate of kids dying within the first year is much higher than it is nationally.
That. And then if there's any question about it, they'll send them for a pregnancy test. And then if that were to come back positive, we would follow up on that, and we're just very conservative about what meds we prescribe, and we immediately tell them to go to a private gynecologist or Heartbeat or somewhere that can help them.
It's very important to know how to take care of these and use these responsibly. And now that we know some facts, I really hope that it will encourage people to know how to take their dosages responsibly. I'm Elena Walker, and this is your East Texas Explorer News. Back to you.
SFA students and the End It movement are looking to spread awareness about slavery in the world. Here's Jawan Lee to tell us more about it.
The End It Movement is an organization that kind of represents several different organizations that are coming together to fight human trafficking that kind of plagues our planet right now. It's a really fast-growing organization.
We have officers that patrol the campus 24/7. Anytime that anybody, is a victim of anything, we encourage them to come talk to the police department so that we can be, made aware of the situation so we can help the person.
Those who have been victimized by sexual assault shouldn't feel hesitant to come and talk to authority. Officers around campus and your resident assistants are there to ensure you feel protected. There are people standing by 24/7 to guarantee you are safe.
We have counselors, we have a family crisis advocate on campus. They can talk to anybody, a CA, the hall director, and help bring it to our attention.
Human slavery is a really serious thing. A lot of people don't know about it, but there's currently somewhere between 20 and 37 million people in the world that are enslaved, so it's something that needs to be talked about.
Have you ever been a victim of theft? As it turns out, there's a simple and effective way to make sure your property gets back to where it belongs. Here's Tristan Rouse to explain how.
Earlier this month, the Nacogdoches Police Department launched what's known as Operation SPIF, the Stolen Property Identification Form. This downloadable document intends to aid those who've had their property stolen returned to them. By having the item's identifiable characteristics on file, such as color, marks, or even stickers, the NPD can potentially track your item through a list of databases. These databases go both statewide and national, but the most important piece of information to have is the serial number. This is a unique number that almost every single one of your valuables will have. Without this number, it'll almost be impossible to figure out if it's yours or not. By having this information on file, not only are you more likely to have your property returned to you, but the process will be much faster. It's important to remember that you're the one in charge of this information. So, the form provided doesn't have to be the only means to keep track of everything. Writing it down and filing it away works, but the next best thing is to save it to the cloud. There are many apps that will do this for you on your phone, but a Google Excel sheet or any other similar document will work as well. Taking pictures with your phone's camera would help too. Just remember to always record the serial number. In 2014, the FBI estimated around 1.5 million burglaries in the United States, with around 8,600 of them being in non-metropolitan areas in Texas. That's almost one burglary every hour for a whole year. No one expects to fall victim to theft or burglary, but it does occur. That's why it's extremely important to be prepared if it does.
After the break, we'll be back with a story about the Nacogdoches Farmers Market and the Pro Rodeo and Steer Show, recently held right here in our community.
We'll also go geocaching. If you don't know what that is, you'll definitely want to stay with us.
Don't go anywhere. ETE will be right back. Welcome back to East Texas Explorer. The Nacogdoches community gets to extend a helping hand in support for breast cancer at the annual Pro Rodeo and Steer Show. Let's rope into the scene.
It's time to do a little steer wrestling.
I'm Lashering Howard with you in East Texas Explorer inside the Nacogdoches Expo Center for the annual Pro Rodeo and Steer Show. This event is funded and sponsored by many great organizations, as well as giving back to the community by supporting great and important causes.
We're excited about this year. I think it's going to be great. Last year, the Nacogdoches Pro Rodeo and Steer Show was nominated as the 2015 Best Small Rodeo of the Year. That was very exciting. We went from almost losing our rodeo a few years ago to now being recognized as one of the top 5 out of close to 300.
The steer show is very particular on who can enter. According to the Nacogdoches County steer show rules, students are encouraged to be involved in their school district as well as be academically eligible.
By doing this, they're either an FFA for their school districts, or typically are involved in FFA in their school district, or the Nacogdoches Livestock organization as well in Nacogdoches County. And then academically, they have to be performing at a higher level.
On Saturday, the Pro Rodeo and Steer Show is drawing attention to breast cancer with the Tough Enough to Wear Pink event, where they're asking everyone to come and show support by wearing pink.
I think it's great that the rodeo and anybody else that wants to support breast cancer awareness, I think that's wonderful. Many people or many ladies do not even, I know several that don't even do exams, self-exams, and I think that's very important because with cancer, the sooner you catch it, the better your odds are of beating it.
So come on down to the Pro Rodeo and Steer Show, where you can do more than just have fun with your family and join activities. You can actually be a part and have fun in your community. I'm Lashreen Howard with you on East Texas Explorer. Ask some Jacks.
Anybody here tonight? By a round of applause, this is your first rodeo ever.
The Nacogdoches Farmers Market is becoming more and more popular with the start of spring. Here's Lena Martinek with more on the story.
It's spring season now, which means flowers in bloom, nice weather, and fresh produce. The Nacogdoches Farmers Market shows off the talents of local farmers and at-home food specialists with tasty creations and an arrangement of homemade items for locals to sell. The Nacogdoches Farmers Market is open to everyone. Many people come to the market for food or to find interesting trinkets to purchase as a gift or for personal reasons. The Farmers Market is a non-profit organization that has been running for 9 years. Many volunteers come to help and support the cause.
I sell handcrafted, one-of-a-kind, totally unique crocheted items.
The market has introduced more than 45 vendors.
I've just always enjoyed selling at the farmers market. It's very much of a local sell and a community feeling.
According to the Nacogdoches Farmers Market website, vendors sell a variety of homegrown and homemade items, including baked goods, homemade candles, ceramics, flowers, local honey, jewelry, plants, preserves, local produce, and more. It is located at the historic downtown Nacogdoches past the police station and is open from 8 to 12 every Saturday. To get involved with the Nacogdoches Farmers Market, you can visit nacogdochesfarmersmarket.com.
Geocaching, the new hot hobby? With more on the topic, here's Brittany Trevino.
Geocaching is an unfamiliar term to most people. What it refers to is the hobby of locating a hidden container called a geocache or cache, which holds inside a log with the names of people who have found the cache and the date discovered, and occasionally trinkets that geocachers have left behind. Geocaching was created in 2000 when GPS enthusiast Dave Ulmer wanted to do an experiment on how strong and accurate the average GPS is on a person's phone. He hid a cache and released the coordinates of its location online. It was soon found, and 75 others were hidden by other individuals who heard of this experience. Jeremy Irish, who found one of the caches, then created the website geocaching.com, the first site dedicated to the practice. Today, there are over 1.4 million caches hidden around the world and approximately 4 million geocachers. A search on geocaching.com revealed that 207 caches are hidden around Nacogdoches alone. Such caches consist of one hidden in the Old Stone Fort on SFA's campus, as well as in the cemetery by Lanana Creek.
Information is provided for each cache, such as the difficulty of the terrain around the cache and the level of difficulty in locating the cache. These are graded on a scale from 1 to 5, 1 being the easiest. Details on how to locate the cache and possibly any further instructions on what to do once the cache is located are also provided. In order to get started hunting geocaches, you will need to create an account on geocaching.com to gain access to the locations of the caches. Some form of a GPS is then required to locate the cache. You can also download the geocaching.com app, which provides one for you. When found, the finder must add their name and date to the list provided inside the cache. A trinket may be taken from the cache, but one must be put in its place that has equal or greater value. You must also log your find on geocaching.com. I'm Brittany Trevino for East Texas Explorer. Happy hunting, everybody.
Downtown Nacogdoches held its annual Shop and Stroll recently. Lots of people came out to see what it offered. Here's Bethany Wells with more on the story.
Saturday, March 26th, Nacogdoches Main Street hosted their annual Shop and Stroll in downtown Nacogdoches. It's held annually to go along with the beginning of the Nacogdoches Azalea Trail. People came out to the event to explore downtown, visiting the various shops and businesses. The weather was great as people strolled the brick streets.
Here downtown at the Shop and Stroll, where people have come out to shop Nac first and see what's going on. There's tons of sales all around, and people have come out to have a good time.
The Shop and Stroll is a great way for the locally owned businesses to get people into their stores. Lots of shops had door prizes, sidewalk sales, and markdowns on merchandise. Mallory Littleton, owner of T's Toy Box and Candy Shop, a fairly new downtown store, was excited to see how this event would help business in the store. She said that they had been doing advertising for the event to get people through the doors.
To help advertise for this whole event downtown. So I'm anxious for my first year down here to see.
Events like the Shop and Stroll serve as great reminders to shop Nac first. Shop Nac First is a campaign introduced by the Nacogdoches Chamber of Commerce. It works to help keep the citizens of Nacogdoches aware of what's really available around town. Shopping Nacogdoches First is a way to create revenue for the city with everything from property tax to sales. This way, more money is kept in the community to help the growth of Nacogdoches. The Shop and Stroll is only one of many events that keep people in the community active downtown. With parades and festivals happening year-round, there's always something to do. You can shop Nac First any time of the year in support of the city and the local businesses. For more information on the Shop Nac First campaign, you can go to shopnacfirst.com. And for more information about Main Street Nacogdoches events, you can visit their Facebook page.
Well, that's it for another episode of East Texas Explorer. Thanks for watching.
If you'd like more of this show or other Jack TV programs, check out our YouTube channel at Jack TV SFA.
There you can watch more episodes and leave your feedback and story ideas.
Have a great week, and we'll see you next time for another episode of East Texas Explorer.